Hey everybody, it's Bucky again with TopDollarHomeOffer.com. I am here today to tell you about how we buy houses now in Tulsa from inherited property owners. Oftentimes we get calls and they say, hey, we just got this house and we don't want to do with it, or we have family members that are fighting over the property. And I just want to talk to you about how time is of the essence when you're trying to do something with that property that you inherit, right? So there's a few reasons that you want to recognize that it's time to sell that property fast, because a house sitting empty are very costly, right? So if you got this house free and clear, it can be very costly. A house sitting there empty creates mounting costs and ongoing expenses, such as property taxes, homeowners insurance, utilities, maintenance, general wear. There's even, break-ins, people will damage the property, and all these things incur expenses. If there's 3 or 4 family members that has the rights to that property, how are you going to split these costs? What are you going to do with the decision of this property? Is it going to be lived in? If it isn't, it's going to slowly deteriorate over time. It's sad, but it's true. Homes that sit empty deteriorate and they will lose value. So if you have a home that you inherited, you don't want it sitting empty very long, okay? Another thing that people try to do is they try to rent out the property among the group of family. Usually one, maybe an elder or one more responsible person in the family takes the responsibility of taking this over to add it as a rental, and then everybody wants a piece of the pie, but they don't want to do any of the work, right? So if you're not going to live in it, you're going to try to rent it out, it's tough. You may be out of state. It's important to think twice before you turning it into a rental. Becoming a landlord is difficult and costly and time consuming. Managing properties out of state is difficult, or even if it's just one, you hired a property maintenance company, you're going to incur a lot of expenses, and you just, may just want to cash out of this thing right now and cut ties with it. Another thing, inherited houses can be in real despair, right? Meaning that they're in fairly bad shape. I hate to say that, but a lot of these homes we look into or walk into, the person's lived there for 40 years and they fixed it up, that was suitable for them, but that's not suitable for the marketplace, right? So they haven't done the proper maintenance. They haven't, updated a lot of information, updated a lot of parts of the home that need to be updated on continuous maintenance. There may be the roof overdue for repair. So a lot of those homes we buy now in Tulsa often have roof repairs, foundation issues, water damage that's occurred over the years. So there's many of those things, even trees that need to be cut back. So all those things take time and expenses to fix a property up and get it back into shape in order to sell. That's the nice thing about our company is we don't care about any of those things. We do it every day. So if you have a property that you inherited and you want to, not fix it up and get rid of it fast, then give us a call. We can help you out. Another problem with inherited properties is probate is time consuming and very expensive. So it goes through the court processes, the legal proceeding. It's used to settle a person's estate after the death. It's complicated, expensive. It's a complex nightmare of legal and financial problems that it can be overwhelming for families to deal with, let alone the loss that just recently happened. So meeting with lawyers, accountants, funeral services, and much, much more. If your family members don't have a transfer on death certificate, basically a transfer on deed death certificate in place, means that you can actually pass that property over to another family member without having to go through probate. In Tulsa County, it's only $13. You fill out the form, it's notarized, and you go file it at the courthouse. It costs you $13. When that person that owns the property passes away, that person they put on the transfer on deed death certificate will receive the property without having to go through probate. So one thing, if you don't take anything else out of this video, go file that on your property or talk to your parents or grandparents or whoever they may be that you're concerned what's going to happen in this house when mama dies or dad dies or grandpa dies. You need to have this in place. So especially if you have multiple family members and grandpa wants it to go to so-and-so or whatever, it's faster and easier than a will, because it's a legal document that's filed at the courthouse, the county courthouse where the deeds are, and you file it there, and then it'll automatically transfer over. Go grab it. If you don't have one, I have one for Oklahoma. You can just message me and I'll send it over to you, no problem. All you'll have to do is just go get a notary, sign it off, and then file it, and you're done. Another thing about probate properties and inherited properties is if you can sell the house quickly after inheriting it, there's a significant increase in value since the deceased purchased it, right? You won't have to pay the capital gains tax. And trust me here, don't seek my advice on this, but just talk to your accountant about this. The property's tax basis is brought to the current market value at the time of the previous owner's death. That means you inherit the house at fair market value at the date of death, right? The date of death. When you sell the property, any tax you owe is based on the increase in value while the house is in your hands. So if you wait 2 years, you're going to have to pay more, right? In other words, what that means. Inheritances can be filled with emotional consequences and even financial ones. Many families cannot handle the stress that comes with cleaning out an inherited property. So you end up doing nothing, and it sits there and it can be costly. Again, vacant house is just incredibly costly. So my advice here is, if you inherit a property, you're out of state. If you inherit a property, you're local. If you don't know what to do, you can give us a call. We buy houses now, Tulsa, and we'll pay you cash for your property. You don't even have to clean the property out. You don't have to fix it up. We will come out. We will show you our top dollar home offer program, which gives you 3 options in order to do what you want with the property. Okay, that's our promise to you, is you'll have 3 solutions that you can pick that will solve your situation the best. You are in the driver's seat. You have the rights to that property, and we want to help you out any way possible. So if you've inherited property, if you received a property out of probate, if you are knowing this process is going to happen within the next year or so, get it in writing first. If you know a property is going to be transferred, or maybe a death's upcoming, I mean, it's kind of creepy to think that, but sometimes we know that that's going to be the path that's going to happen on that property. Go file a transfer on deeds death certificate. Give us a call. If you don't know where to grab it, I'll shoot it over to you. I'll email it to you. You can go file it and take care of that. So I hope this helps. Again, if you inherit a property, the key things that you want to do is don't let it set. Consider yourself a landlord and how you're going to deal with that, especially if there's siblings or other people involved with owning the property. Properties are going to need a lot of repair, especially if they've been owned for a number of years. And probate is time-consuming and expensive. And watch out for the capital gains tax. If you get rid of that property faster, it won't increase in value as much before you fix it up, and you won't have to pay as many capital gains. So just avoid the hassle. Give us a call. We'll buy your house. We buy houses now, Tulsa. And we look forward to speaking with you.